Good morning. We are on. We are at it. We are up. We are in here, and we are out here. It is Thursday, the 28th of August, 2025. Thank you for being up, people. Let's get to work. Let's get to work. Thank you, everyone, for getting up. Thank you for checking in, as always. Let's get motivated. Let's get pumped. I want to remind you that as you check in, as you come in, please let me know where you're checking in from. Drop your location, what time it is, where you are. Let's get caught up. Let's get going. Welcome to the day, to the morning. Maybe it's your afternoon. Top Gun. What's going on? Volume is a bit low. Let me turn it up. Is that better? Let me know how that sound is working out. Thank you for being here. Welcome in. Welcome in. It is becoming fall, people. It is getting chilly. I need to start buying more clothes. 3:31 in Wisconsin, indeed, Top Gun. Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Everyone, thank you for being in here this morning. Thanks for stopping in. Welcome. Welcome to the Walk and Talk. My name is Bubba, and this is your wake-up call. This is the wake-up call in the middle of your day, the start of your day, and the end of your day, to let you know you're getting ready to work, you're working, or you're getting rest to get back to work. Again, it is Thursday. It is August 28th. I'm on the East Coast of the United States. It's 4:32 in the morning, and we're out for the walk and talk. Didn't get much sleep last night. Talk to me. What's going on? Tell me what's going on, Top Gun. What's keeping you up? What's keeping you up, man? I actually didn't get much sleep last night either, but that is because I'm personally trying to be more diligent on, not trying, I'm currently increasing my diligence on my productivity on the channel. As you can see, we have the little branded hoodies and caps and shirts and merch available. So there's that. There you go, right there. So we have that available, which you can pick up. The link for shopping the merchandise is in the description of the channel. So you can check it out there, tap the link there. As are other ways to contribute to the channel. Really focusing on getting the channel up and running as a way to better reach and share with a wider group, a bigger market. And so, said I deal with insomnia a few nights per week. Sometimes the stress is not being able to sleep, simply keeps me awake. Mastermind. Welcome in, Mastermind. Good to see you this morning. Thanks for being here. Yeah, I believe you've mentioned that before, Top Gun. It's like the stress keeps you up, but the stress is that you'll be up. So the stress of being up keeps you up. It's like they have some term for it in like time travel where the action itself confirms that the thing is happening. Let's take a look at the top of the hill, guys. My little tiny corner of the earth where I am. Welcome in, everyone. Good to see you, good to be up. Hey guys, Let's stay motivated. Let's stay positive. Today on the Walk and Talk, we're talking about consistency. The last couple of days, we've covered some other things. On this week, we've spoken about repetition, which is the first pillar of discipline. We've spoken about patience, which is the second pillar of discipline. We yesterday just talked about understanding how to start to make money moves, how to consider credit versus leverage, what it is, how to work with it, use it to build. And now today we're going to talk about consistency. I know as part of being the finance fixers, as part of what we look to do, as part of what a lot of people look to do, is to get answers. I think one of the biggest things for a lot of people is that immediate response that they want. I need to take an action today. I need to have results tomorrow. I need to see my results in minutes versus hours. And the big thing, the kicker for surviving in that space is understanding that not every time are you going to take an action and in this moment that's going to give you immediate result. And when we see things that happen in the moment, where someone takes an action in the moment and there's immediate result, there's usually a lot of work that went into it before then. And that's what repetition is. But today we're going to talk about consistency. Consistency builds. Consistency is something that you have to get to. But first, you have to learn how to do the thing that you want to be consistent at. You have to establish the ability to achieve that level. And guys, girls, ladies, gentlemen, that starts with repetition and patience. Consistency is so powerful, but so many of us fall short of discipline because we never complete the repetition stages. We never set the first pillar completely solid, and so we start to fall off. We have to understand and we have to take the time to make sure we're setting ourselves up for success. And that starts with repetition. That starts with knowing that the work that needs to be done in order for us to get where we're going has to be done in a specific order. And it needs to be intentional. It can't be accidentally repetitious. You just show up to your job because you're supposed to show up to your job, but you're not doing it with intention. You're not doing it with a goal or a plan. A lack of a goal, a lack of a plan, a lack of a vision prevents you from seeing growth. I just take things as they come. All right, then you just take it. You're not in any control of what comes into your life. You have no control of what'll happen once it's in your life, because you just take it as it comes and you've given up all control. You've decided and you've accepted that things are out of your control, and since they're out of your control, you will just let it be whatever it wants to be. I keep telling people and I keep sharing with you here on this channel that if you're not living your purpose, you're living someone else's purpose for you. It's bound to happen. And people don't want to accept that this is the reality of our lives, but it is. So this morning in this discussion about consistency, I want you to understand and I want you to realize that the work that's going on right now, that we're choosing to do, and the actions that we're choosing to take are bound to lead us somewhere. And they're either leading us somewhere we want to be, or they're leading us somewhere where we're being directed. Because there are people who are at work to do things with their life, with their legacy, with their family. And as they do those things, they need others to support them. And either you're going to be on your journey within that lane of those marching forward, or you'll be supporting the journey for them. And that's not a bad thing. A lot of us work in the support space. I'm not saying that I'm trying to be a trillionaire. I'm saying, but I am trying to build a legacy. I am trying to build a future. I'm trying to build a launching point for generations of my family to come. And that starts with consistency. That starts with understanding it's not simply me being okay with this is good enough. Because I can't just walk away from this world, leave this world, and leave those who are to come behind me, leave my lineage with nothing to build on. There have been generations of that throughout the world, and that's where we fall behind. This is one of the greatest opportunities in the history of this planet to take advantage of building that legacy for your family. Who do we have? Saint, going somewhere like the church, my G? Not this morning. No, not this morning. This morning I'm on a walk. What I do every morning between 4:30 and 6 o'clock in the morning. We got BN, hello. RKS, welcome in RKS from Hawaii. How are you doing? I'm doing good. How are your shoelaces? I sent you something on CA. Let me take a look at it. I'll make sure to check that when I get in. All right, but thank you again for being here. BN, what's the topic in here? The topic in here is consistency today. It's always about motivation, discipline, and how that goes towards improving every area of your life, including finances. But this morning specifically, we're talking about the third pillar of discipline, which is consistency. It is being able to do something at a high level, but you must first establish the skill to do that thing. So, what does this mean for us? What does it mean for anything we want to do? Whether it's money, fitness, training, school, relationships, first thing you have to do is you have to work with repetition. But repetition starts very simple. So many of us, and I cannot overstate this, so many of us fail to ever achieve the goals that we're looking for because a large part of what we do is believe that consistency is the beginning and the end of discipline. We believe that, you just have to be consistent. You have to be consistent. Well, the problem is if you don't know how to do something and you go out there and someone tells you to be consistent at it, you're gonna fail because you don't have the skill necessary to perform at a high level, to perform it at all possibly. So you need to first start to show up, to prepare for the thing that you're gonna be asked to do, right? And so this includes just living life. Like we can't get up and say, hey, I wanna be a support, I wanna be loving, I wanna be kind, and I wanna be generous to the world and to the people around me. I wanna show support and love if I don't know how to get up and show support and love. If I don't know how to get up in my house in the morning and go to the people in my house and take a moment and say, hey, I love you. Thank you for being in my life and that I care about you. No matter what happens, no matter what we go through, I love you and I want the best for you. If we don't know how to start that and start doing it, then how are we going to be able to take it out and start to share it? And it's important to be able to do that because that's the repetition. And then we start to understand, okay, when we're doing this, we're getting up every morning and we're doing this. Why are we doing it? What are we looking to achieve? Are we trying to connect? What's happening? And so now we start to build on it and develop, and we understand that this connection isn't just about saying the words. It's about establishing trust. It's about instilling a vision. It's about sharing with the people who are closest to you that no matter what, when they're not in your presence, that you have their back, that you care for them and that you support them. So no matter what happens, they'll come to you and they can lean on you and they can trust in you. But you have to start somewhere. You have to start to do it. You're not going to be consistent at sharing and spreading love until you learn exactly how and why you are sharing and spreading love. This goes for your fitness. This goes for your finances. All of these things require repetition, and repetition must be intentional with practice. It's how you sharpen. It's how you gain, sharpen, and build the skill. And once we start to do this, once we learn that consistency is going to help us build, practice, and sharpen this skill, once we learn that repetition does that, consistency is how we start to implement it. Consistency is where we take it out and we can grade it. We can actually get a plan and a vision and travel on that vision with consistency. Again, no matter what you aim discipline at, when you follow the pillars correctly, starting with repetition, knowing that you need to get started and you need to start doing it intentionally. Then having patience and knowing that, hey, I'm not gonna learn this overnight, but I am gonna learn it and it is gonna benefit me. It is gonna help me. It's gonna help me grow. And then you move from there to consistency with, hey, I've got it. I know how it's done. I know how it works. I'm gonna implement it. Not only can I implement it, but I can now share it with others. And then perseverance, which is the part that works on you, which is the part that builds you, shapes you, and turns you into who you need to be. So when you see what you wanna see, you are who you need to be. BN said, sometimes I watch David Goggins videos. It helped me to be motivated. That's awesome. David Goggins is one of the best. I totally agree. Basically, we should face the reality. I'm in France. It's 10:45 a.m. BN, welcome in from France. 10:45 a.m. You guys are 6 hours ahead of us. It is 4:45 here. It's 4:46 now. I am on the East Coast of the United States, and I'm out on this walk and talk. Thank you so much for being a part. Hey guys, remember, as you check in, do not forget, drop in where you're checking in from, what time of day it is, where you are. Also, understand that I am real. I am not generated AI. Also, understand that this is not a previously recorded stream. I am on here. We are speaking together currently in real time, and we're sharing. And I appreciate being able to do it. Top Gun, hit that like button. Yes, indeed. Guys, if you haven't done so yet, please hit that like button. Please like, comment, and share. Doesn't cost you anything at all. It's just a good thing to be able to do. I have, was that Toby? It's 10:45. I'm here. I honestly didn't think you're in France. Oh, Toby's in France as well. So, good morning to both of you guys. Welcome in. So, let's continue on our discussion, guys. Let's continue on our talk about what consistency is and what sets it apart and how it becomes powerful. Consistency, so I believe in the discipline dividend. I believe discipline compounds the same way dividends compound when you have continued investment and then you have return on investment. When we become disciplined and we understand that our discipline and our continued investing and seeing this thing grow will not only make that thing grow, but it will increase our ability to grow it. It makes us significantly stronger. It gives us a higher degree of capability and performance. Earthly Trade, welcome in. All greetings, Earthly. Sean, I'm in England. Welcome in, Sean. What time you have in England? You're welcome. You are authentic. Keep doing what you do. I really appreciate that. It is my intent to do so, indeed. And so, one of the things that we have to always make sure that we're focused on and we're capable of understanding and identifying are the steps that we have to take to get to where we're going. Make sure we know while following these pillars that we're doing so in a way that is going to keep us growing and moving forward, because discipline requires a specific order of these actions. And when we do them out of order, it can build frustration. It comes from impatience. Ultimately, it can lead to burnout because we want to see things so quickly that we forget the fact that the work that we're doing will compound like interest. It will start to return dividends. And what that means is, as we are patient in our process of learning our skill, once we start to apply our skill, what we do becomes more and more efficient. It takes less work for us to do, and then we're able to add things to it. All of these things build. They build the structure, they build the performance, they build the outcome, and they build the return. These are the things that we're looking for in order for us to be able to identify and understand what the growth is, what the process is, what the performance expectation is. These are great things for us, and we want to make sure that we're working on them. Guys, this morning I woke up and I'm go down to my computer, and it's what I do in the morning when I'm getting ready. I have to make sure that everything is set up. I get myself together, go out. Once I have everything all set up, I step out. But when I was sitting in the office this morning, I'm thinking to myself, what's my next thing? Where's my next step? Where's my next area of growth? And I have this plan, and I have it laid out, and I'm looking at the actions that I'm taking, but I feel like in that moment that, hey, I could be moving faster. I could be doing this better. Maybe I'm missing something. And that's a challenge. That's a difficulty that we may all face, and we must be careful with, because when we believe that we're not doing well enough, we have to actually assess. That's why we need to first understand the skill. That's why we must first understand how to use it. Because when things get challenging and we're not happy with the results, the first thing we think is, let's change. Let's do something different. Let's switch it up. Maybe I should be doing this versus doing that. Maybe I'm not in the right place. All of those things come from impatience, and discipline requires patience. And patience is doing the work, knowing it's leading somewhere. Patience is not waiting. Patience is powerful, because patience allows for you to build. It gives you the space and the peace of mind to continue to work and grow. And so when I'm sitting here, I'm taking a look at the plan that I have, and I'm asking myself, I'm sorry, my watch wanted to respond. I'm taking a look at the plan that I have, and I'm asking myself, where am I going? What is it I said I'm working on, and how am I on this plan based on where I want to be and where I'm at right now? If we are not careful, if we do not take the time to map out a plan, when we move into consistency, by not having that plan mapped out, we're not able to achieve the things that we say we want to achieve. And the reason we're not able to achieve those things is because we start putting the cart, as they say, old saying, you don't put the cart in front of the horse. Horse can pull the cart a lot better than it can push it. This is what it means when we start to get impatient and we're like, well, I want this to be this way now. Well, you haven't done the work for this to be this way now. There's still work for you to do. Keep working. And that is the part that's really challenging for a lot of us, is there's this expectation that the period of time that we've spent in repetition should have had a higher return. Now, there's going to be a return in the repetition stages because you're learning and you're applying the skill, and there will be some growth. But the compounding interest comes when you hit that consistency and you've developed that perseverance. And to understand, every time this thing grows, that's what everybody who talks about 2 times your income, 10 times your income, that's what they're talking about. They're talking about, hey, if you can do this at a certain level for a certain amount of return, when you learn to do it with something else, you learn to do it in a different space. So if you can sell newspapers, you can sell books. If you can sell books, you can sell bricks. If you can sell bricks, you can sell buildings. If you can sell buildings, you can sell blocks. And so when they talk about 10 times in your income, what they're really talking about is learning this skill to a point where you don't have to move up in the skill that you're doing. You have to move up in where you're applying that skill, right? And so it takes repetition, it takes growth, it takes the practice, and then you get to the point where you're performing consistently. Jose Lopez says, always, we riders. Isaiah said, very smart man. Thank you, Isaiah. Connor said, and all the money during the post-industrial period. Okay, a plan like opening a savings account, my G, and expecting the bag to get full faster is what you're trying to point out. Not savings, not a big fan of savings. You can start with savings, so you have to save to learn how to invest. The first thing you have to do, the reason saving is important, is because in order for you to learn how to invest, you have to first learn how to save. Saving is budgeting. Saving is simply saying, I have a certain amount of income, and at the end of each week, I want to have money left over. I have saved that money from my previous pay. I want to have more of that left than I had at the beginning of the pay period. So when you start to talk about saving, we're not really talking about saving as in, oh, a savings account is going to make me rich. You can't save yourself rich. Never going to happen. Money decreases in value over time a lot faster than the interest rate in the bank is going to return it to you. You can continue to save money, but you have to put the money to work. That is the finance fixer side of it. But first, you must develop the discipline. Now, the repetition portion of the discipline is simply saying, hey, I need to make sure at the end of each paycheck I have money put away. I have money that I've moved into a savings account, or I have money that I'm preparing to invest. Whatever it is, I have to make sure I'm doing that. The reason it's important to do that is because that process is going to start to teach you how to do it. And then you're going to learn more about it. How do I do this better? What things do I cut off from my expenditures? What things do I spend less time doing? What things do I spend less money on? All of those things are going to start to grow. Once we start to grow and we learn that, hey, I have the ability to perform this, and I do not need to put all of my money into the world as a consumer, now I can move this to the next level. As I said before, if you can sell bricks, you can sell buildings. If you can sell buildings, you can sell blocks. It's the same thing here. If you can save a dime, you can save $1. If you can save $1, you can save 10. If you can save, you can invest. If you can invest, you can start a business, you can build. And keep in mind, when you invest, no one takes money out of a business. Money is never supposed to come out of a business. When you invest, your money stays in the business. You make your money off of the money your money makes. That's going to be super important because so many people believe that they need to take money back out of the business. You never take money back out of a business. All the money put into a business stays in a business. And then you make more money and you put that into the business and make it bigger. The only money that ever comes out of the business is the money that you get from a return on your investment. You don't take the investment back out. Hello, how are you doing there, Warwick? Welcome in. Warwick said Bitcoin. Okay, that's a word or two. Augie said, I want to know how to do loan business. Do you want to do loans? You want to provide loans? Depends on where you are. In the United States, there's some requirements and you having a certain amount of capital available to you. And then the way you're able to make that capital available, and there's some tests that you have to pass, and then there's some legal requirements on being able to say, hey, I'm adhering to the law in a certain way so that you don't violate it. So you can do that. IO said, bro, what about self-investing? Currently investing my time and resources in numerical data trading. Okay, so you're investing your energy and your time in training yourself on doing numerical data trading. That is the beginning. That's the repetition stages. That is the investment. So what you do is you start with the repetition, and then you're patient and you learn, and then you figure out how doing this can make money. And then you apply that skill to make money. And then as that skill starts to make money, you continue to grow. That's how it works, Earthly Isle. That's how it works. So you're on there already. There's a perseverance period that you have to go through. And what a lot of people like to do is get that first little piece of information and say, hey, I can sell this. I got this first little piece of information. Hey, I'm ready to go out and start making the big bucks, right? I put up my first YouTube video. Hey, 1,500 people liked it. I'm about to be a millionaire. There's work to be done. There is a process of developing those skills and then being able to perform them consistently that we all have to achieve. And that all discipline itself is the personal investment. It doesn't matter what you're working on. Discipline is the personal investment. And as we establish and learn discipline correctly, we all grow from it. And it doesn't matter what skill it is we're trying to learn or what trade it is we're trying to learn. Lazarus says, how much would it take to start learning to trade on Coinbase. How much does it take? It doesn't take anything. Coinbase is a free learning platform. I actually believe they give you a return on the work that you do in learning more about it. Warwick says, I made lots of money. I sell my houses in stocks. I made lots of money. I sell my houses in stocks. Okay, I'm not sure why. Your business is houses and stocks. You make more money by acquiring more houses and stocks. Charlie says, walk to the ATM and show us your balance. Never show people how much money you have. That's a fallacy, people. Anybody who's in here and they're telling you how much money they made off of something and how much they're worth, then you're looking at the wrong person, because people of value, and I learned this long before I was at the financial position I am now. There are only two ways people can look at you when they ask you about your money. They're either going to look at you and they're going to hate you because of the amount of money you have, or they're going to look at you and they're going to disrespect you because they think you should have more money. Those are the only two ways to go. Here's the thing. The amount of money I have is unimportant to the amount of work that I have to do to get to where I want to put my family. Because you have to keep in mind, it's not about the money. It's really not about the money. That's why I talk so little about the money and I talk so much about the discipline. Because you understand, when you learn how to apply discipline to do the work, the money will come. It's easy. Dude, I can't tell you how many people say it over and over. Making money is easy. And I had to figure that out in order for me to start making money. Making money is easy. Money makes money. That's where you want to get to. So if you're looking at how much money someone has to determine whether or not you're going to take the actions necessary to get your money, then you're starting in the wrong place. It starts with you. It doesn't matter. We all know all of the rules, all of the stories. Buy low, sell high. We all know all of the tricks for losing weight. Eat more broccoli than you do bacon. We all understand how to make sure that we are budgeting our money. It's not about not having the knowledge. It's not about not having the information. It's about having the discipline. This is why I talk so much about discipline and I share so much about discipline, because it doesn't matter. David Goggins, someone said in here earlier they watched David Goggins, and David Goggins said it out of his own mouth. He sees it every year, multiple times a year, people showing up, people coming in, paying thousands of dollars to be at these seminars and keep asking these questions about, how do I make my business grow? How do I get better? How do I find this determination? Where do I get this willpower? And he says, it doesn't matter. You haven't freaking gotten it yet. And if you haven't gotten it, you're probably not going to get it. You keep dropping money into these conferences and you don't understand that the work needs to be done with you. So until you get that understanding and you do it, it doesn't matter how many conferences you go to. It doesn't matter how many talks you sit through. It doesn't matter how many books you read, how many things you buy, how many lectures you attend. It doesn't matter until we start to do the work. And most people don't do it because they don't understand discipline. Most people think discipline starts with consistency. Earthly Trade is on here right now and he's talking about what he's working on. So Earthly Trade, I believe he said he's working with numerical trading, numerical data trading. Well, you first have to learn what that is and how it works before you can do it efficiently. So you have to be repetitious with intention to practice the skill and be patient and know how it works. And then when you start doing it, you start to see it grow. So everybody wants to go out here and be a day trader and they think, hey, I'm gonna turn $1,000 into 30 million. And then 6 months later, they're sitting here talking about, hey, I lost my mama's house, because you're not understanding that there's work. It takes discipline, and it starts with the repetition of learning the skill. And then you have to have the patience to get that done. And then the consistency to apply the skill, and the better you get at it, the better your results become, the better your return becomes. And then it finishes with the perseverance, because once you go through it and once you see the ups, the downs, the difficulties, the challenges, and you make it to the end, once you get to that point, you finally understand, hey, This is what it took, and this is who it made me. So it doesn't matter now. That's why I say the easiest way to start is with your fitness. You want to know if you have the ability to be disciplined? Give yourself a fitness challenge. And you have to understand, if you've never worked out before, you don't know what to do. Start off, I don't know, I guess I'm gonna walk. I guess I'm gonna jump in the air. I don't know, push-ups, sit-ups, I don't know. But I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna do something for 15 minutes every day. And then you're gonna start to learn, because your body is gonna be like, what are we doing? Why are we doing it? It's gonna force you to ask questions and build the knowledge. Be patient. And then as you ask questions, build the knowledge, it may say, hey, we need somebody else to help us. We need to figure out how to get past this point where we are. We need to improve. Because I didn't understand that in order for me to build muscle, I needed to have enough cardiovascular endurance to be able to do it. I didn't know in order for me to train strength, I needed to spend more time resting than I spent under load. I didn't know to take a 3-minute break in between so the muscle could recover and then I could punish it again. I didn't know these things, but I'm learning. And these are the types of things that happens when you say, hey, I want to be better at something. I want to be disciplined at something. And the great thing about it is you got your body. You want to figure out whether or not you're disciplined, control your body. Control what you put in your mouth. Control what you put in your eyes, what you talk about, what you allow within your circle. You want to know whether or not you can be disciplined? Try to do it for a day. We walk around, we hear a lot of people gossip. Can we make it through a day and say, hey, I'm not doing gossip. I'm not doing gossip, guys. No, I'm not engaging in that today. I gotta focus. I gotta focus and watch how much time you get back. No, you know what? No, I'm not doing YouTube today. Watch how much time you get back. You know what? I'm not touching any of my social media today. I'm not checking any of it today. Watch how much time you get back. What do I do with it? Now you're understanding that, hey, I can control this. Discipline, the repetition of it builds it, and now you start to learn to do things with it. This makes you stronger. This makes you more powerful. This gives you a space to grow. I'm telling you guys, once the channel is monetized, I plan on having a significant number of talks and lectures and videos specifically around finances, direct actions to take with investing, whether we're doing mutual funds, bonds, starting our own LLC, creating businesses. I have a whole live life as a business plan. Once we're monetized, I'm gonna go into that. But what's key to all of this is none of that works without discipline, because you know what you need to do, you're just not doing it. I have my G. So the end goal is to get rich. No, the end goal is to get empowered. The end goal is to be disciplined. And then whatever you apply that discipline to is what you'll get. That was from Saint Honora. Buy 20 Haggadah college fees. Okay, I don't know what that's saying. Komet says it's all self-control and discipline. Easier said than done, without a question. Without a question, the cool guy. Much easier said than done. Oh, without a doubt. No, it's not easy. That's why perseverance is there. That's what the final pillar of it is perseverance, because it sucks. Oh, it sucks doing it, because here's the really hard part. The only person to hold you accountable for discipline is you. Unless you go into the military, you have to be self-aware and self-accountable. Nobody is gonna hold your nose to the grindstone the way you're supposed to. Hey, you didn't do it, dude. I thought we said we was on a fitness journey. That's your 5th slice of bacon. I get it. You're on vacation. They got an all-you-can-eat buffet. They got boiled eggs and yogurt, but the bacon's free. I get it. Everybody got bacon. I know, but you said you're disciplined. You said you're working on something. I get it. Man, we're supposed to be working on saving money. Every day we're supposed to be setting money aside. Oh man, I just stopped and got a drink. You did. It was a little drink, but you stopped and got it. What about you? How are you gonna hold yourself to the standard? Man, that's not easy. It's not easy being hard on yourself. But that's where it has to begin. That's where it has to start. So then when you find someone else to push you, when you can get a coach, when you can get a mentor, when you can get someone else to say, hey, here's what I need you to do. And you've already pushed yourself. And so when they sit down in front of you and they say, okay, here were the 5 things I asked you to do today. You haven't checked off any of them. You checked off 2. These other 3, talk to me about the 3 that didn't get checked off. No. Stop giving yourself excuses. Stop allowing yourself to tolerate behaviors from yourself you won't tolerate from others. You have to start in that space. Discipline is the key, guys. Discipline gets you there. Hey, welcome in, Rich. How you doing? Ellie Clark. Booker T, right. Earthly says, I have insight when it comes to physical trading, grains, sesame seeds. All right. Earthly's advertising. Honora says, my G is hilarious. I thought of other things when you were talking about having control over body, what to put on your mouth to make money. It's so confusing. I didn't say that, Eleanor. It looks like Fish says, I'm being inconsistent. I would be to do it for 2 days, and then Comfort would be try it again for 2 days. And I'm just frustrated from the cycle from the past 2 years. Okay, so here's what you have to do, Fish. Here's the thing that you have to do. You're not in the consistency stage yet. You're in the repetition stage. So versus saying, hey, 2 days on and 2 days off is a failure, set your program. Your repetition is 2 days on and 2 days off. And then you don't feel like a failure. You do 2 days, you're off 2 days. When you set that as your schedule, now you know that you're going to be doing it for 2 days, you're going to be off for 2 days. When I was a personal trainer, it was the exact same thing that I shared with my clients. It was very important for my clients to understand, you come in, you want to have a personal trainer, you want to work out 5 days a week, you want to achieve all of these goals. And so I asked them the question. I say, okay, so have you had a personal trainer before? Have you had a workout plan before? You have. Tell me about it. Why did you stop it? What were the things that got in the way? Oh, I got children. They were in school, had a job, got to work, traffic, getting home. Okay, how many of those things have changed? Oh, no, I still live in the same place. Kids are still in school. I got a new job, but it's actually on the other side of town. It's a little bit further away. But the way I drive to get home, I can make up a few minutes. Okay, so everything that was in your life before is in your life now. And you're signing up for fitness. And you say you want to get here 5 days a week because you're trying to be consistent and you haven't even been repetitious yet. You've had a membership at the gym for the last 3 years, and the only reason you stopped back in to sign up for personal training is because they sent you a letter that says, hey, your card expired, put a different card on file so we can charge you for your next year. And now you want to walk into a gym, you put your new card on file, you see the shiny gym and the personal trainers, and all of a sudden you want to get back in the gym 5 days a week. You ain't been here in 2 years. You only came to change your payment method. Other things have to change. Your drive, your focus, your intention has to change. It has to meet the goal that you're trying to go to. So what do we tell them? How do I have the conversation? First thing I let them know is, hey guys, look, you haven't been coming. Let's try 2 days a week. Let's start there. Let's just get here and be successful. Because if you say you're going to come 3 days a week and you show up for 2, you'd be like, oh man, I missed a day. But if you say you're going to come 2 days a week and you make it for 3, you'd be like, I'm crushing it. I can get this done. This is where people fail trying to be disciplined before they've learned how to even perform the skill. This is the cart before the horse mentality that has everyone thinking I should be further ahead than I currently am. And when they find out they're not further ahead, they get frustrated, they get impatient, they start making moves and doing things that they shouldn't be doing, and then they fall off. And then they quit. Stop setting standards for yourself that you're not prepared to meet. You don't have the skill yet. I don't have the skill yet. I did a whole freaking live. I believe it was Saturday. I did a whole freaking live on mute. Look, not only was I on mute and the people couldn't hear me, but my chat wasn't working and I couldn't see them telling me that I was on mute. I don't have all of the skill yet. I'm just starting out in this thing. I'm still figuring it out. I'm still figuring out shorts. I'm working on this on my own. I'm trying to build this platform. There are things that I don't know that I have to learn that will help me to grow. But until I learn those things, I have to understand that I am still in the repetition stages of YouTube. Everyone's like, dude, you just got to get on YouTube and be consistent. Consistent how? What do you know about being consistent? What do you know about YouTube? What do you know about the schedule? And then these people come on here, and let me share you guys something real quick. I'm not angry. I just want people to know. When you see somebody say, hey, I monetized my page in 7 days, take a second, scroll down and see if they have other channels. Because if they have other channels that already have 35,000 subscribers, 50,000 subscribers, 125,000 subscribers, 600,000 subscribers, 90,000. If they already have these pages, what happens is they start this new page, they put up a video, and then they use the other pages to share it out to their community. And then all of that feeds back to that channel. And then over a week, all of a sudden now they got their 4,000 watch hours. 4,000 watch hours in 7 days is the thing that leads people to continually think, I can be monetized next week, and we fall off. This is the hurry up and get it instant gratification that we're looking for. We have to understand, we have to apply, and we have to build with discipline. We have to get that within ourselves, and once we do, we increase our capability, we increase our growth, and we increase what we're capable of doing. Silva, good day from Brazil. Welcome in, Silva. Kinger with a gun. Can he read yet? Who? Kinger, no. Are you answering your own question, Kinger? Welcome in, Kinger. Thanks for being here. Quick question. How often do you go live? That is from, is that Marathon? So Marathon, I go live Monday through Saturday from 4:30 until about 6, anywhere in that space. And then looks like Enough Food says I contradicted myself. Unlikely, but if you say so, please share it with me and see if I can clear it up for you. I don't have a problem clearing it up. Am I homeless? Frog out, baby. Don't know what that means. But thank you, everyone, for being here this morning. Thank you for stopping in and being a part of this walk and talk. I hope I was able to share something with people that was allowed to be beneficial. Keep in mind, everything starts with discipline. We could talk at length about the different ways that you can invest your money, and stop trying to find strategies that other people are doing to grow their life, and start to develop the strategy that's going to grow your life, because we don't all want to be at the same place. Some people want to be on a boat in the Mediterranean. Somebody else wants to lay in a field in a lifted truck. Somebody else wants a penthouse in New York. We all want different things, but you have to learn how to achieve your dream, your vision, and the discipline necessary to do it, so that you're not constantly falling off and starting over and repeating. How many push-ups can you do, dog? I love Griffin family said I could do about 20. I don't know, it's been a while since I tried to do as many push-ups as I possibly can, but in the workout I do about 25 per, and I get to about 250 a day, about 10 sets of 25. When it comes to trading, okay, Earthly is again advertising. And then Still in the West is, are you homeless? No. But if that will help, if that helps you contribute, please go to the page, stop in there. You can get this merch. It's BNV. The tag is in the page. The link to get the merchandise on Spreadshop is in the page bio. Please stop by, pick something up. It helps to grow the channel. It helps us get to our goal and continue to build on the legacy. It's very dark. It is very dark. It is very dark. Okay, guys. Hey, listen, look, once a stream, I've been doing this. All right. So once a stream, I just want y'all to see how dark it is out here. So real. Everybody got their own journey. We all do have our own journey, and we need to make sure we're on our journey and not trying to live someone else's. Are you old to have your beard grayed? I am, dude. I'm 52. Does it come with an autograph? If you want it to come with an autograph, I'll give you a P.O. box to send it to. The P.O. box is also listed on the page. When you get it, ship it to the P.O. box, along with $250 that you could pay directly to the account listed on the page, and then I will sign it for you. I will videotape the signature and post it on the feed, and then I will send it back to you. Greater Communicator, Rich says, always appreciate these talks, bro. Thank you very much. I appreciate you as well. Can you fix my finances? We could talk about it. So here's the thing, guys. We all have to work and live our own journey. Listen, man. You ask silly questions, expect silly answers. Like where are we gonna go with that? Like, right? My G, you was always welcome in my crib. You need not worry about being homeless. Thank you, Saint. Where are we? We're on the East Coast of the United States. I am in Maryland. So guys, I'm getting ready to get out of here for the day. Again, I want to say thank you for being here. Thank you for participating. We're on the way. We're growing. We're right now right around 1,800 watch hours. We need about 1,200 more watch hours in order for us to make it to the monetization stages. As we continue on this journey and as we continue to do this work, I appreciate everyone. Please like, subscribe, share, go to the channel, take a look at the content, see what we have. Please engage. We're trying to build this up to 2,500 subscribers and get ourselves monetized by completing these watch time hours. So I appreciate everyone spending time here, sharing, engaging in the chat. It really goes a long ways towards our growth. It looks like Marathon said, thank you for your time, man. Thank you very much. It's Whatever said, it's like you're breaking the matrix just being out there with your hoodie on. All right, guys, so listen, remember, discipline. Discipline has 4 pillars. First one is repetition. You have to work with intention on getting yourself to what you're doing. That's the practice. Second one is patience. It's going to take time. You're not going to be skilled enough to be consistent immediately. And then once you build that skill and you can do it correctly, then you start to apply that consistency. That consistency is the plan in which you're going to grow. And once you've done that, through that process, you will develop perseverance. Perseverance is the thing that works on you. It preserves you. I call it salting the soul. So guys, thank you for being here this morning. I really appreciate it. For everyone, it looks like It's Whatever says, he said you make it a break, and Hogs said, my fiance doesn't cook. How do I fix that? I don't know. Get one of those Hogs. Get one of those things where they send the machine and the food to the house, and then just teach her to open, set it, and forget it. I think that's what they call it. That's how you should fix that. Saint says, smell your perfume from the... Dude, what is going on, Saint? Hogs says, my fiance is salting my soul. Hey guys, thank you for being here. If you haven't done so yet, please hit the like button. Please like, subscribe, and share. Until next time, guys, always remember, keep showing up, keep blowing up, and keep growing up. You guys have yourself a great Thursday, and God bless.